Peace, what up? This is Doc Blake with Ethereal TV, bringing you the 40th episode of The Last Piece to the Puzzle. The motto for me is silver, gold, and cryptos equals freedom because they are decentralized assets and they're going to play an important part in the immediate, the short term, and the long term futures. So let me do some house clearing real quick. Definitely go to ethereal.com and check out my cousin's book called Check This Out. It's also available on Amazon. It's a store. It's basically a writings about ancient sites that he went around the world and saw. So definitely go purchase this book and let me know what you think. You can comment. We have a little chat on the website as well. And yes, so let's get straight into the price action today. Currently, let me give it a quick refresh. We have Bitcoin at $11,481.80. We have Ethereum at $394.80. We have XRP at 27 cents. Chainlink is up to $15.19. Polkadot is at $6.21. Polkadot is a coin that I'm going to talk about briefly today on today's episode. So definitely look into Polkadot, but we'll come back to that. And a new one that I'm going to talk about today as well is Ren. Yes, so we're going to get into those, and Ren is at 44 cents. Let me see any good ones. Compound is at $192.97. And if you don't know what Compound is, it's another one of those DeFi tokens. And the tokens we're talking about today are decentralized finance as well. One is not built on Ethereum and one is built on Ethereum. But let's hop right into the main topic of today. The Federal Reserve says inflation should rise dramatically. The Federal Reserve on Thursday announced a significant change in how it manages interest rates that could cause inflation to more than double. The change means the Fed is likely to keep interest rates near zero for a long time, even after consumers see the price rising faster than they have in a while. So everybody was kind of waiting on this, at least people in crypto and people who watch the financial markets, because things like this always affects the market and could be negative, could be positive. But for me, this is definitely positive long term for any scarce hard assets such as crypto, silver, gold. You know what I mean? Kind of the motto of the show. I think it's very good for those assets long term. And yeah, so I guess I'll read some more of this article. It says, the single most important thing that we can do is support a strong labor market, Powell said on Thursday. Getting wage gains only in the 8th or 9th year of a recovery is not the best outcome. So basically they want to print more money, do what they do best to inflate the markets even more. Everything's probably going to continue to go up, you know, real estate, stocks. They're going to try to use the printing press to save the unemployment rate so they can give people money to create new jobs or support old jobs. Basically, the Fed is going to support everything that is not already doing well as a business. So if you create a business and it's failing, you will be supported by the Fed, hopefully, because we know that this money always goes to Wall Street first. Wall Street, they have to support first because they feel like everything is built on that. So of course they're going to support the big money. We all know the politicians are paid by the big corporations. The big corporations control the outcome and the scenarios, in my opinions. The politicians are their pawns, as well as like people like Mr. Romey Powell, who came out and delivered this message about inflation, basically saying that screw the 2% inflation rate. We're going to probably to be going much higher than 2%. So prepare. And that was a big warning to all the big players out there. And remember that Bitcoin's market cap is only a little under 200 billion. So these big whales can still move the markets. And this is but in the long term, this is a definite saying that Bitcoin is going to go up. In my personal opinion, this is not financial advice. Bitcoin, Ethereum, the top 100 cryptos are probably all going to be going up in the future. So not financial advice once again, but that's basically what Jerome Powell came out and said. And we just got report that Jeff Bezos has more money like in his cash flow or whatever in his savings than Bitcoin has in market cap. So just imagine if he puts a little bit into Bitcoin, if everybody puts a little bit, all those big players, which is kind of what we're seeing now. You've seen MicroStrategy, other players are going to be getting involved. And yeah, we're going to see. It should be very interesting. So you have to look at these things long term, dollar cost average in. But right now is definitely the time to be buying Bitcoin, because I think that we could be blasting off. And right there, I'm going to do some charting right now, as well as you know what I mean. So let's see what we have on my chart as far as where we're at. So right now we're at the top of this descending channel, I guess you would call it. I'm not good with the names yet. I'm trying to learn them all. But you see these two yellow lines are showing you where the price movement's kind of been going, and we're still at this breaking point. We slightly broke out of it an hour ago. We were up to like 11,542, 11,542. We kind of broke out for 1 second, and we are going back down a little bit, or maybe we're just testing the top of the old support, resistance, and maybe that's becoming support, because we're still slightly above it according to my chart. So I'm not, you know what I mean. Then we still have this old red triangle, looks like a big flag. Did we come back down and test this like long term? I think so. That's why I have this drawn here, and we had this other descending wedge, it looks like, that we just broke out of as well. If you look at these blue lines right here, the blue lines, you see the descending wedge, and we currently broke out of that as well. So I look at 3 price targets. We probably should go up to, if everything plays out and we have the volume, we should probably go up to hopefully 11.7 today or sometime this weekend. And then from there, my target, you see it right here, is 12,600 range. If this still plays out, this old pattern that it tested the bottom. This is not a coincidence. Look at all these touches right here. We busted out right here. We went all the way up to 12,400, and then we came back down to the bottom line, this bottom red line, and looks like we're bouncing off of that right now. Now the volume's not anything crazy, but maybe it's just because we haven't got the confirmation yet, and we're still at this extremely important point right here, if you can see that right here. And it looks like hopefully this starts turning into support and to the moon, as they say. We're going to the moon, hopefully, you know what I mean. That's, but it doesn't really matter if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is dollar cost averaging and all that. Like I said, I don't really trade. I just try to buy low and sell high. That's how you play these markets, in my personal opinion. So with that being said, after we talked about the Fed, in my opinion, and that they are going to go above the 2% inflation rate. That's what Jerome Powell basically said yesterday. Let's talk about some of these decentralized financial coins built on Ethereum, which is REN. It says right here, bring BTC, BCH, and ZEC to your decentralized application. Now this is built on REN. On Ethereum, it's a REN VM, a trustless and decentralized virtual machine, a secure network of virtual computers that power interoperability for decentralized applications, enabling cross-chain lending, exchanges, collateralization, and more. So I don't know if you heard of wrapped BTC yet, but that's what everybody's talking about when they're talking about wrapped BTC. They're talking about putting your Bitcoin on REN and using your Bitcoin to borrow or lend, a borrow and lending type of applications built on Ethereum. There's a bunch of these that you can use. They call it yield farming right now. So that's basically one of the main reasons you would bring your Bitcoin onto Ethereum, which you basically lock your Bitcoin in the REN. They give you a new token called WBTC, which is wrapped Bitcoin. So it's not Bitcoin. This, I think, it only can be used on Ethereum and other applications built on Ethereum. But people have been making a lot of money off of this because they're putting their Ethereum into and their wrapped BTC into other decentralized applications. Basically, those are lending and borrowing. Like I say, Ethereum is the new old system. It's just taking out all the middlemen and allowing anybody to do it. You know what I mean? Instead of people, like, if you have your Ethereum, you have your Bitcoin, you can put it on, let people borrow it. You can borrow against it, meaning they can lend you money. So borrow and lending at certain rates. But the only difference is you already lock in your Ethereum or your wrapped Bitcoin or other assets that you can use REN to put on Ethereum to gain interest rates, because you're allowing people to borrow against it. Because you're lending or you're borrowing, you're putting up your Ethereum and they're letting you get USDC or USDT. We just heard about BlockFi and Coinbase both now let you take loans out in real US dollar if you put your Ethereum and Bitcoin on. BlockFi has crazy interest rates if you give them your private keys, but you know my motto: not your keys, not your coins. So this, even if I do it, it's not going to be with the majority of my portfolio. The majority of my portfolio is in a cold wallet, chilling. I have all my private keys, and that's where I keep it. And I built my trading portfolio, and I'm still building my trading portfolio. And maybe I'll start looking into that, but I need to be in trading. You need to be moving everything all the time, so I don't even see the point in that. And the reason I'm not doing it right now in 2020 is because it's a very topsy-turvy year financially and everything. Remember, of course, health before wealth. So we have a pandemic going on, so everybody needs to relax. And but this is good opportunities to be learning about this new technology that JP Morgan just said they're building something on Ethereum. So if the head of the old system is jumping into the new system, you're getting a little late. So it's time to act on these things. Not financial advice, but definitely be doing your dollar cost averaging into these assets that have the potential to do what the internet did, that have the potential to do what the cell phone did, the wireless cell phone. Which, you know what I mean? So, and all these were bad ideas at one point in time. So with that being said, that's what REN has the capabilities to do. I'm very interested in this token. I bought some low the other day and I just sold it high. That's what I do, you know what I mean? Like with these decentralized finances. But there is other way. I'm trying to learn the other ways that their usability to me, and besides just trying to make some pretty nice gains off of them, I'm trying to get into the borrow and lending side a little bit. Maybe I don't know if I'm putting any Bitcoin on there yet, but I might buy some of the token and try to find out how I can use it. But right now I've only been kind of speculating, buying and selling some to get the gains, because I know that it's a great technology, and that's always within my study, my research of how I look for coins. I try to see what makes sense. I try to see what its use case is, if it solves a real world problem, and then I make my moves. I try to learn about them early, so I buy them low, and then when everybody else starts hearing about them, I want to dump them on y'all. I ain't gonna lie, that's the name of the game though. Everything is always competition, man, in one way, shape, or form. But this is my way of trying to give back to everybody. You know what I mean? Showing what I've learned, what I've put time and effort into, and revealing it to people just like everybody else kind of in crypto does. And my next token is the one we talked about earlier, Polkadot. I mean, if you haven't heard about Polkadot yet, it's okay, but you're also getting kind of late to this party. I personally bought Polkadot at $3.79. Should have bought the day before at $2.79. Kind of missed that one. Waited till it came back. Got in the next day. I'm not gonna lie, I sold it at $5.50, and I'm trying to get back in. That's how I play these games, because that's what they're doing, is playing these games with the financial system, and they have a lot more money than me, so I got to be real smart in my moves, and I take advantage when I can, man. And that's why you study and find out early, so you can get in early. And I like with Chainlink, I caught some of that pump, which is cool with me. I missed most of it, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Because you never know. These things it's crypto. These things can change overnight. But I still have some Chainlink that I did ride all the way up, man. So and that's what you want to do. I'm trying to get better at only selling half, but it takes. You got to build your trading portfolio before you're able to do those things, because my faith and confidence is in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everything else is basically speculation, and some people even call Bitcoin and Ethereum speculation, but it's not to me. It's the real thing now, and the US dollar is speculation. So Polkadot, just like REN is converting other blockchains to Ethereum. Well, Polkadot is trying to merge all blockchains together. Basically, even Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So you can trade all these assets against each other, or move them in and out of other blockchains, other decentralized applications that people create. And there is a lot of developers working with Polkadot right now. Some people are calling it the Ethereum killer, but I don't see it that way. Ethereum is a monster. It's gigantic, and Polkadot is going to complement Ethereum. And I think that was their plan all along. And Bitcoin is going to be the validator for the whole space, as well as the best store of value. It's going to fluctuate the least amount in the long term. You have Chainlink, which is being the oracle of these decentralized applications built on Ethereum. So Chainlink is very valuable. See, these tokens that I find them because of the study and research and time that I put into learning about them. So Polkadot, it just got released, but they've been working on it for years, which explains its skyrocket to the number 6 crypto in days of it going live. It literally just went live days ago, and it already within the last 7 days has already gained 100% of its price value towards the plus side. So these are things to be looking at. Definitely go check out Polkadot, see true interoperability, economic and transactional scalability, easy blockchain innovation, forkless and future proof, meaning it will never fork off into another coin. How you have Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, you have Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. They're saying that there will never be a Polkadot Cash, basically. Security for everyone, user-driven network, and governance. Now remember, I don't know, but as last time I checked on Binance, you can't even take these tokens off. So this is a crypto that is fresh out the wrapping paper, basically, just being released onto the market. A new shiny toy. This is not financial advice, but I'm not buying right now. It just went up 100%. I caught most of that pump, as I said. So I'm waiting for a good price point to buy back in. If I miss the boat, hopefully, like I said, I don't go into stable coins, or I try not to very rarely, because they can cut you off in stable coins for whatever reason they choose. It's not decentralized. So my stable coins are Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that's where I'm at with my Polkadot right now. I'm back in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So not financial advice, but just do understand it just pumped 100%, and it very, very well could go up to $10 tomorrow. I'm not saying that it can't. I'm just saying I don't like buying when things go up 100%. I don't like buying at the top of 100% pump. You know what I mean? I like buying at the bottom of a 30% drop. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, or 10 at least. My mark is 13% plus, 13% minus. That's what I've been trying to aim and target. And with tokens that I study, I don't go buying any tokens. But yeah, I think that's the episode for today. Let me check the list. Yeah, I think that's it. This is your boy Doc Blake with the last piece to the puzzle. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.